That my kids gonna go to. Oh yeah, we are live. Yeah, what it do? It is your boy Shout Time,
And your girl Becky,
and let's keep it a buck, okay?
keep it
Here
a
on
book.
Let's Keep It a Book, we talk real stuff. People say they tired of talking relationships. Y'all can't be. Y'all are horrible in them, men and women, right? If y'all are
Be
talking,
honest.
y'all not listening, all right? Because if people say, I heard somebody say, man, how black people talk about this relationship, and you're still trash it. The whole generation is still trash it, all right?
We still got missing two parent homes. How is that? Come on, let's talk about
Right.
it.
You want to know why y'all don't want to talk about relationships? Because when you talk about relationships, you got to talk about the real shit. All right. You got to talk about your fuck ups. You got to talk about money issues. You got to talk about everything that come in real life. That's why relationships don't work. We are in a generation where relationships don't work because we don't want to talk. We don't want to hear what nobody got to say. You so worried. So here on Keep It a Buck, on Let's Keep It a Buck, we keep it a buck, right? Becky gonna tell me when I'm wrong and I'm not treating my BM right. I'm gonna do the same, right?
Facts.
Keeping it a book. So, babe, what did you have on your mind tonight as we get ready to roll into our series?
You
Hey,
know, we just been kind of rumbling and raving on about different parts of relationships, the mental health that it comes with, and tonight I feel like something that we haven't talked quite about was the benefits of relationships and the things that we bring to our relationships and how we operate in those things. And that's due to that question we had came up with today. You know, Cliff came up with a great question: is how do you benefit your partner? You know what I'm saying? Like we seen a lot of comments there, Cliff. You know we did. We
the
seen some women talking about what they can do with that mouth. You know, we
they got
seen it.
guac guac.
Yeah, we seen people speak on the the true aspect of having being there for them, teaching them, learning together. So Cliff, I've seen a little bit of your answer, but let's go ahead and talk a little bit more on how you feel about what you bring to your partner.
So I feel like I bring peace to my part. That's the first thing I bring. Right now, no, I don't. I'm gonna bring chaos. All right, I really do. I'm fun, but at the same time, I'm peaceful. So I'm gonna bring you a little bit. You're gonna get a little bit of everything. Right? You're gonna have days where I'm not talking, and you might feel like it's you, but it's really I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna make some money. You know what I'm saying? Energy, drive, motivation. Um,
Yeah.
I'm a, I feel highly of myself, and my biggest problem in life is I've down myself to not make other people's feel. Look, but I'm really him because you're not gonna find many men that can think like me, and you're not gonna find many men that's gonna go do it. You know what I'm saying? Like men to say, "Hi, I want to do this, I want to do that." I'm doing it. Right. I feel like sometimes, and again, I've always been this way. I feel like sometimes my energy is so. Sometimes people gravitate me, and sometimes my energy push people away because they be like, "Man, come on, you doing too much." So I feel like with my partners, like they tend to get upset with me because like you I don't talk about myself, but when I do speak on myself, I speak highly. So I feel like at times I push my partner away because I feel like sometimes my energy scares people. Like, man, he's saying this, he talking like this, and like I feel like I'm already supposed to be a boss. I feel like I'm just waiting on the paper. I feel like if the paper was sitting up under me, shit, I already kick it like a real king kick it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, I say this because I already know somebody who was 6 figure nigga. You know what I'm saying? And when you know a 6 figure nigga and that 6 figure nigga talk to you like you a 6 figure nigga, like when that 6 figure nigga talk, like he just called me, right? While we was on this live. That 6 figure nigga don't talk to me like shit. You supposed to be right here with 6 figures like me, right? Like, when a 6 figure nigga apologize, you like, man, I should have listened to you and been doing it the way you said doing A, B, C, and D like this, and he already got 6 figures. And I'm not talking about the hundred. I can remember 7 years ago, I was talking about I just want 100,000. I didn't say 100,000 shit.
Hell no, you can blow through it. I've met a couple people now at this point. Two people. I can name off the top of my head that I know personally. Hit 100,000. Three people actually. Four. Four. I'm starting to
Yeah.
realize I'm around some six figure people more than I thought. And that's not even including that work. I'm not even speaking work. This is all personal because I work with 6-figure people at work. Yeah, no, you're right. Listen in. I realized I used to dumb myself down, so I feel you on that, Cliff. Dumbing myself down to be around people and be accepted by people because I just wanted everybody to love me. So, and knowing that really I'm knowledgeable, like you said, to sit back and realize that this is the table I can sit at. When I sit up and I sit with my assistant directors who are making close to them 6 figures and knowing that they speak with, city mayors and city council members, like I literally be like, yo, this is the table I sit at. This shit pretty cool.
Yeah.
And the fact that I can and I'm knowledgeable enough to sit there, and then I start to realize that, the people I can't take with me there. I started to realize the people that, I had somebody one day look at me and was like, I don't even know what you mean by what you just said. I was like,
what did you say?
It was a word I had said. It was a word I had used. I like using big words now that I realize that I'm knowledgeable. I'll be up here using big ass words.
Catch up, mother. Just because you don't know what I'm saying.
Look it up. That's me. Look it up. But
you know what?
Right.
And I got them type of parents, you know what I'm saying? Like my daddy he love to use the dictionary. He love to use like, bro, man, get your ain't nobody trying to read the dictionary.
And I'm gonna pull it up. Me and your daddy will get along. I promise you, me and my ex-partner, we get into all the time about words. I'm like, you did not even use that word properly. I will dictionary, I will Google the fuck out of some definitions. Cause listen, you're not gonna correct me. And then the messed up part is though is that's where a lot of I'm gonna go ahead and say for women, because I know a lot of women, I speak for women. Well, I'm not gonna speak for women, but I speak for women.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
We're not okay with saying like we're wrong, but that's something I do actively work on. I'll be like, if I see a definition, I'm like, dang, you right. It does say X, Y, and Z. But if I'm right, listen, I want y'all to know I'm gonna dance all the way home. Listen, because I said that word was correct. I said it properly. I'm a very firm believer of words because if we don't stand on definition, we are all gonna just go. We have our own definitions of things, so that's why you have to stand on something solid. I could go on that, but we ain't even going to go on that rant. What I'm going to say though is you 100% right. It's good that you bring those qualities and you're able to see those qualities. I think that it's tough because sometimes in today's society, people really truly don't look at everything. Relationships are about balance, right? You have the things that you're good at, and then your partner has the things that they're good at, and they tie into work. They tie into work together. You know what I'm saying? They tie into fit in a way, in a manner that works. If you and your partner aren't growing and gaining together, what's the point of your relationship? If we just sit here, we in a mutual standpoint, and we're just doing the same thing over and over again monotonously, we all content. We're not going nowhere.
It's my new thing. Elevation. Are we on the escalator? Or are we in the elevator? How are we elevated? Right?
Are you an anchor? That's the question. Are you an anchor? Are you holding me back? Are you holding me from going? Are you at the bottom of that elevator holding it down? Are you
my elevator not even going up right now? It's just going forward. I'm at the elevator. I'm on the elevator at the airport, right? I mean the escalator at the airport. I'm just going forward. Not going up. I'm just going forward. I don't want to do that. And I don't want to be on the escalator. I want to be on the elevator, right? Everybody can't get on the elevator. Everybody can get on the escalator. There's no weight capacity for who I can get on the escalator. Elevator, everybody can get in. Certain elevators, everybody can't step in if you ain't got a key card. In Vegas, if you don't got a key card, you can't get on this elevator, right? It's got to be a little different. And what I've realized and what most people are gonna hate you for is like, nah, you can't get on. Well, you gotta. Nah, I don't gotta give you shit. I'm the captain of this ship, right? And the captain said we rocking like this because what people will always hate you for is when you're not understanding where I come from. If we understanding where you come from, is it making us money? Well, if it don't make us money, I don't have to understand. And that's how I rock. So with partners, what I've realized is, as the man, you got to come in firm all the time. You can't get firm later. They already used to you being weak. So now you trying to be firm and like, what the fuck going on? That ain't how you was coming. I'm not gonna listen to you. As a man, you cannot be nice in a relationship. You gotta come in. This is what we're doing. I said, this is what the fuck we doing. This is how we going. And not put your hands on the woman.
I don't know. That's tough. That's a tough thing to say, Cliff, because I was literally talking to my ex-partner yesterday. And we've been talking for months, probably almost a year now, about how I needed to do something. I'm not gonna tell y'all because I'm making some moves, but he had been telling me for the longest.
Go.
Not yet. He had been telling me for a long time, for a year, to do something, but he was so rough with me every time he told me. Like it just was so, it was so rough the way he was telling me. It was almost like, you have to do this, like, and I couldn't really hear him. But I had to tell him the other day when we were talking, I was like, you were right. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I wasn't hearing you because you were being so rough with me. Because if you have to remember, women are delicate. Like, that's the whole point. You want me to be soft. You want me to, so you can't handle me rough. You can't pick up no flower and squeeze a flower and expect it to still be pretty. You have to be gentle with the flower. You have to be gentle with those soft things. So I believe, like you said, firmness is one thing. No, sometimes you have to be put under pressure. You know what I'm saying?
You can't be, a cactus got juice in it, right? A cactus rough around the edges. A cactus gonna poke you at times. So you a cactus or you a flower. And flowers got thorns in them too, so you got to be careful. You got to pluck the thorns, right? Like,
yeah, you're right. That's what I said. Just not all the time is what I was saying.
Yeah, of course not all the time, but at the end of the day, you cannot ask somebody. You can't tell somebody how to lead, right? I need you to lead me like that. What you know about lead? First thing first, let's be clear. You cannot be a good leader if you cannot be a good leader if you want a good follower at first. That's the first thing first. People you don't know how to lead if you ain't never followed. If you want to, if somebody didn't teach you, like, you just don't learn the game. Michael Jordan just didn't wake up one day the greatest. He learned from Phil Jackson. He was a good follower. Do
you not feel like some people are just natural born leaders?
Nah. Because Michael Jordan was winning championships before he met Phil Jackson, but in the league, he never won without Phil.
But we can take that back to, like, okay, so you telling me, like, do you think Martin Luther King was taught to be a leader?
He got that from somebody. He didn't just wake up one day with that mind.
With the
idea. My mom is sculpted by my mama. My mama has sculpted this. My mama has put the time, the energy, and effort into this, right? So, like, Martin just didn't wake up one day and boom. Malcolm X.
I'm sorry, baby mama getting naked in the background. I'm getting distracted.
Look, I got you. I'm gonna post on that website you sent me last week. I post the butt on there for you. I got some good games.
I'm crying. Back to where we was though. But okay, so then it's tough because, like, you know, you say that your mom has formed this thought process in you. That your mom is the one who's molded this mindset. And that's a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a tough place to say that. I think that some people are just, in my personal opinion, I have to disagree with there's some people who are natural born leaders. I think that it makes it easier to be a better leader, right?
People say natural born leader, but it's like, what you caught that game from somebody. You just ain't wake up one day and like, I know this shit. You caught that game from, huh? No, Ellie don't know how to lead. She punching people if they don't listen.
Exactly. I mean, but she still listens. She's not following. Like my daughter's not violent with people like that. You know, she's violent
know how to lead until she follow. You can again, y'all. We can do this 1,000 times. You cannot go through history and say, "Oh, he was a great leader." He followed somebody first. They follow somebody first. Nino Brown follow somebody first. Frank Lucas follow somebody first.
If you take it back to religion, at some point there was nobody here. So somebody had to be a natural born leader.
I love religion. I'm sorry,
I'm being a woman right now when I say that. I had to say that. I had to be a full-blown woman when I said that.
Religion, but that shit was told to us by somebody. Like until God could kick it to me in my face, some of that shit was scripted. And then
listen, I agree that I want to go to Africa and see what religion, like the religion and everything out there. Because we've been taken from somewhere.
Let's be clear that we'll leave that topic alone. The word tells you what they want you to know. So the Bible gave you the information they wanted you to have. They didn't tell you the shit that went on that they want you to know about. And that's everything in life. So we'll bring that full perspective to relationships. Don't tell me what you want me to know. for the relationship. They said this. This is one thing men said. No woman come up to you and tell you shit. I'm batshit crazy. Ain't no woman gonna do that. Ain't no woman gonna meet you and say, hey, bro, I fucked up. Mentally, I don't be here all the time. Ain't no woman gonna tell you that when they first meet you.
Yeah.
Like, and ain't no man gonna tell you shit. I'm bad with my money when he first meets you. He ain't gonna tell you that.
I feel like now, after being in a relationship with a man for 3 years, I feel like I'm more direct and straightforward. I'm okay with telling somebody because I want you to accept me for who I am as I am and know the things that I am capable of and the things I don't want to do anymore. You know what I'm saying? The things I want to grow from. I can't speak for everybody when I say that, but I do say personally, like I was just talking to one of my own boys today, and he being open and honest is what I feel like makes men be open and honest with you. I think
What
that's
you
what
just
it
said?
is.
No,
As much
this
as
battle
much
rap. Run that back. Say that again for me.
I feel like being open and honest with a man is what allows him to be open and honest with you.
Because I'll be open and honest with you as a man. If as a woman, you're not being that. If you're not being transparent, why would I be transparent? You're the woman.
No, and not even off that, just from jump. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just with people, like, my homeboy was talking to me. We were talking tonight, and we were having a good conversation about him and the girl he's talking to. He was like, thank you for opening up parts of your life to me and, telling me your story. He was like, and making me comfortable to tell you more about mine. Mm-hmm. Legit, like, I had to tell a homegirl, like, have you stopped to make sure that you make it a safe place for him to open up? You know what I'm saying? Like, when he tells you, like, yes, not everything that somebody tells you is going to make you happy. It's not going to make you, it's not going to always, make you, jump with joy. Some things he tells you is going to hurt you. But are you ready for that type of hurt? Are you okay? Are you okay with sitting down and him telling you, I felt X, Y, and Z? You know what I'm saying? Are you okay with your partner telling you, like, listen, I saw a chick at the store today and I wanted to let you know, like, I really had some improper thoughts about her. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't act on them, but I had them. You know what I'm saying? She was bad as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Are you going to be the female that's like, oh, okay, thank you for being open and honest with me and telling me about that? Or are you going to be like, oh, you stupid ass, you might as well fuck the bitch. Like, which one are you going to be? And that's where it differentiates that safe place and that place where he's like, yeah, I don't want to tell her. I don't want to tell her nothing. Mm-hmm. I don't want to tell her who I am. I've had men come out and be honest with me and tell me they mess around with trannies. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't judge you. You know what I'm saying? That's your business. You know what I'm saying? But it's the fact that I've allowed that open and honest. Because listen, I'll tell you, I'm not by far perfect. I got weird ass things I like too. That some people will look and be like, that's weird as hell. But that's your opinion, right? That's not factual. I can't tell you a factual thing without it being factual, right? It's a bunch of people's opinions. There's actually a whole group of people who sleep with transgender people. So that means they don't think it's weird. Doesn't make it weird. It's just not common for that person and it's against their beliefs and their opinions. So no, like, you create a safe place. You don't judge somebody when they come to you. He was like, I'm not judging you. I had to tell my homeboy, I was like, I don't care if he was.
Like a man that sleeps with transgenders is a straight man?
Technically, yes. Yeah. It depends on how far you get down with her. And I'm just being, or him, whatever they identify as. Because, like, okay, I'm a woman who likes women and men. Like, yeah, I would probably sleep with a tranny, y'all. I'm gonna be transparent. Y'all like when I be vulnerable and shit. I would sleep with a tranny. It's like the best of both worlds. Like, sexually, it just blows my mind, right? I'm gonna just be honest with you. It's the fact that she has to look like a woman. Like, she looked like a woman. Her titties is there, but she got a dick. Like, I'm just blown. Like, I'm just blown. Like, that's just my opinion. I don't feel like now listen, he up here taking it. I think pegging a little borderline. If you let a woman peg you, I feel like that's borderline, but other people don't feel that way. You know what I'm saying? But those are my opinions.
I heard a nigga say something and I didn't feel it, but I was like, oh, damn, that's wild. Anything you do with a woman isn't gay. I said, no, it's up your butt. She be like, anything you do with a woman, it's a woman. But as a man, the moment you put a penis in your mouth, you're no longer a straight man.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But that's what I say, is the extent of how far you go with them. If you just go and you just, doing anal and that's it, and she eats you up, but you don't touch her down there, different story. I think touching, I feel like you jacking off, like, a little too much for me, big dog. I'm questioning it. Anything you do to that person other than entering, I guess. Other than entering, with a trend, like that's just my personal opinion. I feel like that's where you start to question sexuality, which I'm not against it. Like there's actually a lot of men in this world
We
who are
have
bi.
any
They just
transgender people who would like to join the conversation with us.
we love y'all, by the way.
Gay, transgender, you could be a goddamn alien. We are all here for conversation and relations. Whether you've had homosexual experiences, transgender, like it does not matter to me your sexuality because it ain't me. We could have these conversations the same. I'm not one of those men that like, don't want to see a tranny. I'm not trying to look at your body. That's not turning me on. That's gonna creep me out. That's not for me. But somebody likes that, and somebody needs to hear your story. We keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. Everybody like different
I
things.
keep it a buck. Baby mama, would you do it?
What?
Would you sleep with a tranny?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like women would. I feel like it just
Look, she hard to be transparent because it's like, like, bro, just kick it. Like, you like what you like. You a woman. That don't make you no different.
Well, it's because people are shunned. Like listen, I am one of the most like you could come and talk to me a whole full-blown sexual conversation. I will not judge you for it. Like I said, like what you like is what you like. What I could go down a porn rabbit hole. I want y'all a very fine porn rabbit hole. Just just me. Nah, I listen. If I have to scroll past like page 2, I don't even like scrolling past page 1. I'm typing in with the category. I'm typing down specific things into Google for what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for today is this Google. Show me which site has this.
I ain't mad at you for that. But people gotta stop it. I don't care what folks think.
I don't either. Yeah, no. Your judgment doesn't change who I am. All it does is suppress me. If we don't align, we just don't align. And that's okay with me. I'm not here to force none of y'all. I was telling Cliff earlier when we was, off seat backstage. Well, like, I don't know, we about to start calling it. We was backstage. I was telling Cliff, like, life is a puzzle. You have a picture, looking at a puzzle on the floor. The picture's there. It doesn't matter if you're missing one piece and you try to fill that piece with any other piece. You could go to another puzzle, pick it up. It could be shaped the exact same way, but you put it in that puzzle and it will not fit. It doesn't fit. Regardless if it fits there, it still don't fit the picture. Regardless how hard you try to align, you will not. That's why it will not work out. One of you are going to change who you are, and that's not okay. To grow and to adapt is one thing, but to completely change, a butterfly doesn't go from being a caterpillar to being a dog. That's just not how the natural way of life works. Regardless, you can be a butterfly. Regardless how hard you try, you will never be a dog, right? You will never be, the butterfly can learn to bark, all of that. He will never be a dog. You know what I'm saying? And so therefore it's the same thing with your relationships, the people that you bring in, the job that you hold. If it doesn't align, it will never align. You will be miserable. You will not grow. You will stunt your growth. A flower, it will kill you. Literally, it will suffocate you because who you are is just who you were destined to be. So yeah, no, you can't. I don't care if you judge me. Judge me. Jesus was judged. You know what I'm saying? Like your judgment does nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? It does nothing for me. Like how you feel about me doesn't change how I feel about me.
To add fuel to my fire. Your judgmental words, your saying that there was I can remember 5-6 years ago. Dude hit me. He was like, Clifford Shaw, this ain't the way to the bag. And ever since then, it been like etched in my head. Like, you know what I'm saying? You telling me what I'm doing is not the way, but I know it is. Right? Like
what?
That's but you need haters. You need people to say, ooh, that's weird. Ooh. And I'm not gonna sit here and say somebody said something about transgenders back in the day. Like, that shit weird. Keep that shit away. But I've grown. As a man, I understand that is their choice. That's what they like. And I feel like men, I'm never gonna be mad at a man for saying he was sleeping with a transgender, like he don't want it to come out because you're not comfortable with people knowing what you like. It's not normal. People gonna judge.
You will feel suppressed. You will end up doing, you end up doing something like it shows time and time again. That's where you get these closeted men who end up, you end up harming people in the long run. You know what I'm saying? People coming back, you come back with STDs because you weren't open and honest and you was sneaking to do things rather than meeting clean people and getting tested and doing all those things and protecting yourself. You know what I'm saying? Rather than just being who you naturally are. No matter how you try to form fit yourself, like you will never feel fulfilled in any relationship that you have to change who you are. It's important, like, you know, as I meet new people and I step out and I start talking to people and getting to know people on more than just hey, how are you doing level, getting in, diving in, talking to people about their relationships, y'all, because we really out here talking to people. These things ain't coming out just from us, you know, in our situations. We really talking to y'all in the community. And it's like you are they're forcing themselves to try to fit somewhere. And there's so many people, like, there's so much, like, so many different things in the world. People have kinks. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have different things that they like, different things that they need, different love languages. Like, you don't even know a whole different side of a world until you know a whole different side of a world. Yeah, so you can't suppress yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it eventually will burn out your fire. And I'm not saying like you gonna kill yourself or you gonna die, you know, literally, but emotionally, mentally, you'll just be there in a repetitive cycle. There's people who literally are just in a repetitive cycle every day, just getting up, going to work, going to sleep.
They got the fire, the energy gone, the groove gone. They just there, right? Yep. I'm never gonna be just there. I'll be at work every day talking to my coworker like, man, this ain't it. I want more, right? Like, I told her I got a 6-figure partner. Every day we talking because, you know, things ain't went smooth. And, you know, last year at this time we wasn't talking because I fucked up, and I can be transparent about it, right? And I was, you know, I told him last week I was riding to work one day last year and was like, you ain't have to fuck up because you could have been transparent with him off the gate and told him A, B, C, and D. But it wasn't even about the money I couldn't be transparent about. It was a relationship that I was going through, and me and him had already talked about it. You know, BM had what BM was saying, I always felt like was hate. Not to say she was wrong. I'm like, you hate. You ain't. But when my partner was saying, it was like, nah, I'm gonna not hear you, but you know what I'm saying? Like, this supposed to be my partner. So once everything going on and you find out a girl doing A, B, C, and D, I can't even talk to you, my niggas. I can't be transparent no more because I'm gonna tell you that hoe was fucking out. And the first thing you gonna do, because it's nature, like, I told you that hoe, fuck that hoe, let's go get some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's gonna be it. And that's not what I wanted to hear at the time, but that's what I need to hear. Because, like, you know, that's why I don't do relationships no more. Nobody gonna love me the way I need to be loved. And I'm not gonna waste my time. Right? Because women want a man that's not gonna cheat and gonna post him and do all that. I'm waiting for her to unblock me so I can untag all of her at all that shit. Like, everything she was ever tagged in, I need to go untag her. Unblock me. Come on. Unblock me so I can untag you. I don't want nobody to ever link me to you because I'm gonna be in the elevator one day with a key. Right? Everybody ain't gonna be able to get in this elevator. I don't want your name attached to me. Not saying nothing bad about you, but I don't want people to know, oh, you used to. Nope. I don't want that attached to me. Because I feel like when people treat you a certain type of way, it can break you. Right?
100%.
And that's 100%. Why the relationships is they say it's all about learning the people that are around you. And if somebody's around you and they're not helping you to, like, if I say I want to be on the elevator with a key that everybody can't get on, if somebody tell me that, I'm like, how can I get on the elevator with you? What do I need to do to be on that elevator? Right? I like exclusive shit. I'm not gonna lie to nobody. I like VIP stays. I like coming in the club and we got our own shit. I want to be able to. We ain't got no extra type, man. Here go $200. Give me my. I want to be able to do shit like that. Like, people say they want to be famous. I want the bread. Fame don't come with money.
I just want to live comfortably. I want to be able to travel and go where I want to go. Like, ain't even necessarily about going to no club and being able to buy at a section. But when I get married, I don't want a restriction on my wedding. I don't want to have it in grandma's backyard because I can't afford nowhere else. I don't want the venue down the road. If I want to fly my whole family out to Cancun so I can get married out there, I want to be able to fly my whole family out to Cancun to get there. You know what I'm saying? I don't want those restrictions on my life. So you're right. Like, yeah, and it's tough.
I mean, like, 5-star fancy restaurant we at and shit, you know.
Listen, I love it. I love to be able to go out to a nice place. I like to dress up. Yeah, I promise you, I'm a bad bitch when I go to what I realized I could go sit at an airport bar. I am exquisite. You know what I'm saying? Like, legit, and those things, those feel good. I remember getting with my ex, and I remember him planning my birthday party and us going out to a nice restaurant. And I remember sitting, like, I just didn't even, I was sitting there like, this is nice. That was what was in my head. But y'all know I'm still part white and professional. So I didn't, do that when we was out there. But I felt that. Because I walk into people's houses and be like, it don't smell like roaches or nothing in here. I tell people that.
But that's how it's supposed to be. But it's supposed to be like, it's not, damn, what am I gonna do for your birthday? It's like, boom, I'm gonna give you $500 for your birthday, and then you gonna end up at, what I'm saying? We end up at this restaurant, or boom, I we going on vacation for your birthday. Like my being was saying, she want to do such and such for my birthday. I said, well, plan that next year. She was like, well, you don't ever. I said, bro, I told you to plan it next year. I mean, we got the time to make sure all the money is there. I mean, we can plan the flight out. We can plan the trip. What we can like. My thing is always a game. I'm not upping it. Like, I'm not just going with my move without a plan. You know me. I want this shit to be planned out. Right? I'm not one of them niggas. I always got a plan, bro. Like, I'm playing chess and I don't even know how to play that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to make.
Because I'm the same way, and that's where I say it really just be circumstances. I don't even think shit be about gender, really, y'all. Like to be completely fluid. Like I don't think it really be having to do with male and women and female and male. I feel like it has to do with the things that we've been through in life, the circumstances, where we come from, those type of things. Like those are all things we talk about. I have to, my ex and me was talking. I had to tell him like, yo, like. Some of the friends I ran across one of my best childhood friends, y'all, one time after being promoted to the position I work in, and the career that I'm working on building, owning a business, all those little things. And I remember one night we were coming back from Oklahoma from gambling, and we stopped at Whataburger by my house. And my best childhood friend was the cashier that night. Like I was like, yo, this is wild. Mm-hmm. Like. And I had to tell him, I'm like, things that the people I grew up with, what they're doing now, and that's what speaks for me. Like, that's what, I don't feel like I'm that bitch because of, how I'm treated today. It's what I've done and where I put myself today from where I've come from. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's not about and it's not about where I came from fully. It's about where I'm going. It's just my story behind it. I told someone the other day, like, I'm starting to be vulnerable with Facebook and open because I want other people to know about my story, because of you aren't defined about where you came from. You're not defined about the things that's happened to you. And like you was just saying, relationships really can break you. It's important to be careful who you have on your side. You know what I'm saying? Like it can mentally break you, and that's why I'm okay with talking to my friends and telling my friends, hey, your relationship's codependent. Your relationship's codependent, and fix it now. You know what I'm saying? Fix it now before it gets too far, because I remember, and I mean, he's not on the live. I know he don't never pop up on here, but I have a really close friend on Facebook. We're not close friends as much as we used to be. His name is David. And David, I call him Day. He was around when my ex-husband and me went through our spigot of him cheating in the end of our marriage. And I remember feeling such like shit because my ex-husband was out cheating. I knew he was. Mm-hmm. I really wanted to commit suicide that night. And I had my son at the time. It was just, he wasn't with me. He was actually in Texas visiting home. So to me, it was like, everything good, squared away. And that was when I started to realize I was getting to my point where I was like, hey, listen, I need to get out of here. Mm-hmm. Your partners can make or break you. They can make or break you career-wise. They can make or break you mentally. I've spent a lot of my time in relationships where men mentally abuse me. Mm-hmm. Some of it, I don't think was always intentional. I hope, when I look back, now on those people, because I still love some of them very dearly. I hope that it wasn't intentional, because some of us have gone through our own things in life. We are all people who have been traumatized by things. So I don't always believe some people's, their bad's intentional. You know what I'm saying? Their abuse is intentional. Sometimes it's just a learned behavior. Mm-hmm. Being non-affectionate, those are learned behaviors. So I feel like, like you were saying, it's important who we get in relationships with, who we bring around us, the circle that we keep. Relationships go so much further than just the sexual partnership that you build.
People don't be ready for the everything. A relationship is more than sex, bro. You got to talk to each other. You got to talk to each other about your past. We gotta talk to each other about where you plan to go in the future. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, men and women like to point the finger in this generation because we don't want to look at the truth, right? A man can say, "Oh, a woman not consistent." A woman can say, "Oh, he gonna cheat." A man can then say, "Well, she not gonna listen." Then a woman gonna say, "Well, he don't know how to lead," right? We see memes all the time. There was the meme that a man not supposed to match energy, he's supposed to lead, right? I agree with that. How can a man lead if a woman not listening? So a woman told me today, well, it's how you say things, it's how you present yourself. If we out in the streets and I'm getting into it with a nigga, and I tell you to go to the car, like, hey, bro, go to the car, and you questioning me telling you go to the car, how am I supposed to handle that situation? I'm telling you to get to the car because I'm going to take care of this. However it need to get handled. You going to the car to warm the car up so I can get taken care of. I come to the car, we go home, right? But if you questioning me, you argue with bitches, and nah, don't argue with them hoes. Go hop in the car, let me handle this. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a man, when women say, first things first, we're not living in the past generation, right? Because this generation of women want to be men. And women say this generation of men want to be women, right? So already right there, we got an issue, right? And most women, the only women that want to be men in relationships ain't have no daddy. You're not gonna meet a woman who had a daddy present that's gonna be trying to be no man, because she know what it takes. She know what a man gonna do. She know how a man gonna move. But any woman that is trying to move like a man ain't had no daddy, because it wasn't no man present for her. Like, yeah, that's how a real nigga move. My daddy was present, and my sisters ain't trying to act like men, but just because he was present. Now, my daddy ain't gonna tell you nothing. He ain't gonna teach you SHIT, but he was there. So my sisters know what a father looks like. Now, again, I'm a whole lot different from my daddy. My daddy not a hands-on parent. My daddy is not gonna deal with you until something bad happened. Then he gonna fuss, cuss, take care of it, and be mad. That's just how he is, right? But in this generation, men and women need to listen and stop pointing fingers. Women need to do this. Women need to do that. Men need to do this. Men need to do that. We all need to shut the fuck up and listen to each other.
Be understanding 100% and stepping back. It's the big issue is that we always are trying to negate someone else's feelings. We always want to be right and factual, and we're not even doing anything but talking opinions and emotions. There's no right or wrong in that. There's a how you made me feel and how I made you feel. That is what those grounds are standing on. I really heavily work to remind people what I believe. You know what I'm saying? I tell people when I'm starting to talk, I be like, what I believe or what I would do, right? Because I want to let you know, like, I'm not telling you to go do it. I'm just telling you my personal advice and what I would do if I was in that situation. And if I've been in that situation, I'm definitely telling you even more, like, this is what I did in that situation. It's too much of that. We want to be heard and we want to, oh, well, this is that. And they did this to me. It's all feelings. Right? You have one person who cheating, absolute no grounds. You cheat, never again will I be with you. I'm not that person. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about it. I want to have a conversation. You know, but now listen, now you come with that dumb, I don't know why I did it. Listen, no, you do. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a clear conversation. Like we're all human. I was telling someone that the other day. I watch computers fail. You know what I'm saying? I have literally sat and watched a computer fail somebody. So why would y'all think that a human will not fail you at some point? That's the issue. Is that we all up here expecting someone not to fail us. And I mean, it's bound to happen. It's how we fix these things. You know, toys get broken. You know what I'm saying? It's just, are you going to continue to play with the broken toy or try to fix it? You know what I'm saying? Like everything about in life is about holding on.
It's like once we get relationships, it's like we forget to the point we were kids and we were hurting our parents and we were doing shit sneaky and we were lying to our parents. Like your parents forgave you. Well, it's different when you're in a relationship. How is the love different? How was the love for my mama different for the love for my BM when we in a relationship? How was the love different?
It would be a different name. It would be a different name if it was different love, like you said. It's all love in a dictionary.
It's all love. But people want to put the love. No, the love is the same. What everybody got to realize, people use certain things to mind fuck you. I can't be mind fucked. A lot of time I stop talking to people when I feel like they're trying to. You can't mind fuck me, bro. You can't tell me it's blue and I know that shit clearly green. You're not doing that to me, right? Like,
Say
yeah,
that shit, Clem. Say that shit. I just asked the girl, listen, how many times you gonna let a man hand you shit and tell you it's chocolate and you gonna keep eating it? You eventually are gonna stop eating that man's chocolate. I just hope it's after the first time.
yeah.
Like common sense, when you put life to analogy like that, it's like, come on, like logically, people be like, Becky, you so logical. I be like, because it's life. Like life is logical. Like you throw these different definitions behind it and these examples, it's hard not to see it a different way.
So when I was listening to the podcast earlier, they were like, men move off logic, most women don't. Do you feel like this true or false?
For what I know about men, honestly, I do. I feel like even like when a man cheats, like logically, he already has set that shit up in his head, not in a bad way. He already knew why he was doing it, why he was seeking that attention. I've never, in too many instances, ever really heard of somebody just fucking somebody at a bar one random night, unless once again they went out and was like, that's what I'm going to do, right? So yeah, no, I think to be honest, that's crazy, but I really think that men do move a little bit more logically and less emotionally. For example, me and my ex-partner, he would literally jump jobs like no tomorrow. As long as it's more money, the next job, he will do it. I had to tell him when we started dating, I'm like, it just shows you have commitment issues. I'm thinking about the emotional part of it. He like, listen, he's like, I got a kid and then I'm dating you and you got 2 kids. Like, no, like I'm looking for more money. And as he gets older, he understands, like we've had these deep conversations about him, and with him working and having commitment for longevity at careers and what it shows for his career field. And he's a little bit better about it. It takes a lot more for him to be like, I'm gonna change jobs. You know what I'm saying? He thinks about the whole all in all. He understands the ladder going up. But yeah, when we started talking, like logically, it made logical sense. He does have more children. I mean, he does have a child, and then now he's dating a woman with 2 kids. Logically, it with no help. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm over here by myself. Logically, it makes sense. He needs to continue to just do whatever he can to get more money. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I can emotionally think and let him know what his resume looks like now at this point. Like, bro, you got so many jobs that shows you can't commit to nothing. You haven't progressed. You're just going around getting more money. You're not in a company going, you don't have a foreman position on your job, like a managerial position. You're just everybody under the managers. You're barely, you're literally this close to being a manager somewhere. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I do believe, honestly, strangely, yeah, I think men move more logically and women move more emotionally.
Yeah. So like, and when I was talking, it was just thing that resonated with me. Men move off logic. When men moving off logic, they got a plan that fits everybody. Women emotionally only care about them. Like women don't plan for everybody. Women's plan is how I feel. How is this gonna make me feel? It doesn't, like, again, I feel like some women gotta think when you say you want a partner, you got, as a man, when you make a move, the move gotta be best for everybody. Right? That's one of the things. Their topic was about Jada Pinkett and Will Smith. Right? And one of the girls was saying, will you only protect a woman if you sleeping with her and she doing shit for you? And they was like, yeah. And I feel the same way. Because if somebody in the street getting beat up, like I got neighbors across the street right now, right? The woman crazy. If the dude come out there and punch her in the nose, I'm going back in the house. Because they be fighting. I ain't seen nothing. And some women might be like, that's wrong. My job is to protect the woman that I'm with, right? And again, women don't think about this. Men are supposed to protect, right? If you get drunk, your partner gonna make sure you get back home, right?
Yeah, he gonna talk shit about me.
If I get drunk, I can't get drunk because I'm the reason we got to get back home. I'm the provider and protect. Women don't get that. Women aren't putting that in. Like you can go out and get fucked up. I can't. I gotta get back home.
You right. My ex
There's so much that go with being to a man that women don't think about. Women get the freestyle, bro. Like it again. Another thing they said women want men to listen to you. Well, I listen to you after I fuck up, not before. I gotta fuck up, then we'll go do it your way. We're not gonna do it your way before mine. I was like, that's real. That's real.
It depends. I say it depends.
Fall back on the man at the end of the day anyway, right?
I feel like that depends. Like, I feel like when a man knows you have logic behind you, when he knows that you do make smart decisions. And I say that because, like for instance, you know, taking it back a little bit further, where you were like, women, you know, women who want to be men. I don't want to be a man, right? But I have to be in a man's role. I got 2 kids. You know what I'm saying? And I have to make sure that my kids are good. And I really only met one person that I feel like really had my children's best interest. Well, 2 people before my daughter. One was before my daughter, and one was after my daughter, who have genuinely had my kids' best interest at heart. And so I see where it's tough for me to step back and be in a soft area, because listen, at the end of the day, I gotta do what's best for these 2. Nobody else in the world is going to, not even their daddies. So yeah, like I have to be in that manly role. Do I want to be? No. But it does make it a lot harder for me. But that's why I don't put up with bullshit. I don't listen. Like I made that post today. I don't listen to men complain all day. You will not hit my line and complain all day every time I talk to you something negative. Because guess what? You're the man who's gonna leave me eventually. Right? And that negative attitude gonna rub right back off on me. I've been there before. I won't go back. I will not go back. You know what I'm saying? I'm positive for a reason. I move positively for a reason. Like, no, you're like, yeah, you can't. You have to just step back and look at everything as a whole. And that's the bigger issue, is that we don't do that. Like you said, women want to be heard. We don't want to stop and listen sometimes. And sometimes, like I was saying earlier, like I have to look back and be like, damn, he was right. I gotta call him and tell him he was right. And I don't really want to do that, but I do. Because at the end of the day, like, we're all human, we make mistakes. We're all here to learn and grow. I'm not 100% perfect. You're not 100% perfect. We are all learning human beings. Some of us learn quicker because we've been through more, and some of us learn less. I had to tell one of my homegirls today. She was like, I was like, yo, like, your dude is 7 years younger than you, baby. He is still learning life, baby. You got him. He still got what I should have told her. She still got milk behind his ears. You know, I'm getting to that age, y'all. I'm getting up there. I'm getting up there now.
Yeah, that boy still wet back there. He don't know what's going on.
He still got Similac on his mouth, girl. That's that titty milk. But you know, I was like, he still got a whole lot more living to do. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna go. This is not gonna be the last trial and tribulation that y'all go through. You have to be ready for those things. Like when you sign up with being with a person. I had a homeboy talking tonight, and him and his girl had gotten into it. They're not even a full relationship yet. They're dating, y'all. The girl already talking about she loved him. I'm like, And he was like, you know, I feel like you love me. You know, he was honest with her. He's like, I feel like you love me and you fuck with me, but we really ain't been through nothing yet to know if you really love me or fuck with me. And she got mad at him. But logically, because I'm a grown, you know, I've been through stuff. I'm a grown woman. You know what I'm saying? I understand what he means. Like, when I show you my true side, because you haven't fully done that, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, you haven't fully shown her who you are, huh? You still working at it. And he was like, yeah. I was like, exactly. So you're not comfortable with showing her the full you yet. So she don't know if she really loves you. She loves this idea that you're creating for her, or this person, the beginning traits of, like you said earlier, Cliff, ain't no woman gonna come out and be like, yeah, I'm crazy. Don't no woman come out and be like, yeah, I'm a hoe. I like, you know what I'm saying? A man don't come out and be like, oh, I'm a cheater. Men don't usually do that. I met one man who did it, and I can tell you the one relationship problem we had was never cheating. It was crazy. He did cheat one time, but I already anticipated it wasn't really cheating when we were in a relationship. Cheating was not our issue. By far the farthest issue we had. But he was honest about that, though. However, that wasn't our issue. That was their issue. So every relationship brings out different issues in you. Things, some of them help and heal you in certain areas, and some of them pull them out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's truly it's a balancing act of learning and looking, because everybody has different presumptions and perceptions of life. And the way that we handle things, and that's why alignment is important when you're dating, because of we're all form fitting into these molds. We're not able to be open and honest. We're pointing fingers, like you said, Cliff. We're you know, being, oh, it's you and it's not me. And it's, you know, but like your mama told you as a kid, when you point your fingers, 3 fingers are pointing back at you.
Thanks.
You know? So, you know, that's why I say certain things in a relationship are hard, because it's like we have to have these conversations. You know what I'm saying? If he cheated, why did you cheat? You know what I'm saying? If you can give me, you know, a reason, like let's talk about it. You know, was it something I did? Was it something I said? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, our finances fucked up because of you. Are we able to talk about it? I had to tell dude, like, just talk to her. And if you can't talk to her, end it now. Y'all are fresh in this. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got far. Y'all involving children. Like, end it. You know what I'm saying? If y'all can't even communicate, either one or two things. Either you open and work on communication, or you don't. You know what I'm saying? But you don't drag people along because y'all can't communicate. Communication is important in any foundation of a relationship.
Communication starts with the woman. Transparency starts with the woman.
I think I somewhat agree to that.
Like, no, and I've never met a woman that was transparent. I didn't tell you this because I was afraid you was gonna judge me. You didn't give me the chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't give me the chance. How am I supposed to know? Like, and those are the, again, when I was listening, it's men and women are currently always gonna have issues because women don't realize a man is easy to keep. Man, if you got a cheater, you got a cheater. Plain and simple. Or listen, a man stops cheating when he met a woman that feels like it's giving him everything he needs. And you're not gonna get everything, but when a woman is checking this box, this box, this box, you're not having to ask certain things. Like, again, you know, women want a man to be happy with them, but how nasty are you being with him? Now, if you being nasty with him all the time and he not happy, that nigga asking for too much. And some women gotta ask themselves that question: how often do you please the man in the way he want to be pleased to keep you?
I don't know. That's my issue. I feel like I'm the one who's fighting for that. Like, I've been in relationships where I feel like I'm begging a nigga, like, bro, like, let's do it. Let's have some. And that's why I say I don't think it's a gender thing. Like, you know, some men don't, like, my ex-partner, he not driven off of sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, he like getting money. You know, he out there at work, and I'm not, you know, but he also turn around, like, there's times where he'd be like, yeah, like, I'm ready to go home. And well, you know, you better be ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just an open, honest thing. I don't think that every person is driven by sex. Some of us are hypersexual, yes. I'm hypersexual. I'm a hypersexual person. So for me, I feel like sex got to be a checkbox for me. You have to be there in that angle with me. But I've met a few men who say they be tired from work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like it's just about how nasty. How open are you with him? How much do you listen to him and not nag at him? How much do you talk to him and not at him? You know what I'm saying? How much you make sure he's good? How much do you fill his cup? The same thing we was talking about earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many times? And I find myself now. I realize, you know, I don't too much ask. It's crazy. I talk to you and I ask you what you need from me, and we business partners. You know what I'm saying? I don't too much ask my partner what he needs from me. And I thought about that today. I was like, dang, you know, I should probably start doing that a little bit more. Which, you know, I feel like he'd be like, that's weird as shit. Like, what? But that's where it's like, hey, listen, I feel like that's a good part of a relationship, healthiness. You know, being able to sort it. Like, I feel like it's talking to your partner to find out what they genuinely need. Some people don't need you to, you know, my little brother doesn't need a home cooked meal. He don't mind getting off work and coming home and cooking. That's not what he needs. Now, do I know what my little brother needs? No, I don't at all. We never had that conversation. You know what I'm saying? But apparently, you know, his baby mama checks all his boxes, and I love that for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, for true statement, like, everybody doesn't need sex. You know what I'm saying? There's asexual people in this world. There's men out here who are asexual, meaning they do not like sex. That physical part of the relationship. But they love people's presence. You know what I'm saying? Do you fill his cup? Do you make sure he has what he needs? If he, you know, and that's why I say I bring true partnership. When we were talking about blessings, I bring true partnerships. If he hits me up and he's like, hey, I need to hold $50 till tomorrow. Are you able to do that? I require everything I require from a relationship. I'm able to give to a relationship. Yeah. I look for a man. You know what I'm saying? My partner. I'll be like, hey, when we going out of town? You know, for my birthday. Which year are we going? Because the first, you know, I think it was the first year we were dating on his birthday. I took him out of town. No, the second year. No, it was the first year actually. The first year we was dating, I took him out of town for his birthday. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, like, oh, I flew to. No, I took him to San Francisco. We had a really good time. We traveled together. You know what I'm saying? We've been we did Shreveport together before he covered that trip. You know what I'm saying? Just little things. Like, I don't require nothing from a person that I'm not willing to give. If I'm not willing to shut the fuck up and listen, then I shouldn't expect no man to shut the fuck up and listen. You know what I'm saying? But if I do expect him to do the same. Like, don't cut me. You know, I tell, you know, my partner, I used to have to tell him, like, you're cutting me off.
Boy, I tell my mama that, but not, bro. Listen, I'm 35, be 36 this year. I'm not gonna find no woman who check out the box. I gave up. Right? I'm not gonna get somebody who's gonna be a hustler with me. I'm not gonna get that. And I realize that, so that's why I be chilling. That's why I'm not gonna waste no woman time. I want a relationship. You're not gonna get that out of me because you're not gonna check every box. But you're gonna suck dick when you want to. You gonna help me do content when you gonna tell me, well, that's not what I want to do. You good, baby girl, go about your business. Because at this point, I don't need nobody. Right. Last year, my partner who got 6 figures, I feel like that's the one person that, I didn't have him last year, I'm still going. I need my kids, but to make this shit shake, I'm gonna make it shake regardless, bro. Right? And happiness in a relationship is not, I'm never gonna be truly happy in a relationship because there's always gonna be, I ain't get this. Or, I haven't gotten this.
Do you feel like you could do a daily check-in? Like, do you feel like if you were to be in a relationship where it's like in the morning when y'all waking up, y'all sit down and y'all talk, you're like, hey, listen, this is what I need from you today. Like, you don't feel like that's ever doable? Because I want you to know, I'm sitting here, Cliff, and I really like talking to you about these relationship things, us talking to other people, hearing other people, because of me and my homegirl. I got 2 homegirls. They actually way more loyal to a nigga than I am. And I'm gonna be honest when I say that. And I say that because if we not together in a relationship, there's a limited amount of loyalty that I have to you. Because I will not be more loyal to you than I will myself. I will not. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, no, when I say I've watched Friends, I'll be like, girl, you really about to go through that with that man? You loyal as fuck. You ain't been with him in 3 years. He out. We know he cheating, right? Now y'all ain't even in a relationship. Y'all not in a relationship, but technically he cheating, and you're not even gonna text a nigga? Wow, that's wild. You waiting on, you blocking your husband. Your husband, he 3 text messages away from you right now. You blocking him because you worried about this scrub W ass nigga. Cause some people just ain't relationship material. I support all my friends in all their relationships, you know what I'm saying? I do let them know if I feel like it's unhealthy for them or if it's healthy for them. You know what I'm saying? I will let them know when they have unhealthy traits that they're doing to their partner. I had to tell a friend the other day, you're not any good to him or any other man when you're like this. And that's not okay. That's not right for you to put them through that. No, you fix yourself and then worry about that latter part. That's the issue. I feel like all of us, this generation is so ready to just say I'm in a relationship. They don't want to build that friendship aspect. They don't want to find somebody who they're so willing to adapt to everything that man wants to do. That man's so willing to adapt to everything that she wants to do. No, you have to be your own individual people still at a point. And that's why it's important to find people who align with you. Like I told y'all last week, I want a man who goes to the gym. So no, I don't too much be out here just running around talking to bigger dudes. Now, do I talk to bigger dudes who be like, oh yeah, I had to hit the gym? You know what I'm saying? Because he's working on himself. Yeah, I'm going to talk to him. But that's because we align in that area. You know what I'm saying? We can go to the gym together and we can have that time. Not saying that all the time we need to be up under each other's butts, but the fact that we share mutual things, like me and my ex-partner, like we share mutual ground, so we're able to talk about so much more. Like our relationship isn't strictly, the conversations aren't always like, yeah, I'm about to fuck you tonight. I'm gonna give you head when you reach the front door. It's like, hey, this is what's going on at work. We're able to talk about next steps, about what we're doing. Hey, I was looking at a house doing X, Y, and Z. Like we're able to have deeper conversations. Like women, y'all want a man to wine and dine y'all, but y'all don't have nothing else but coochie to offer. Like that's why I was really curious about that post and seeing what women was really gonna come on there and say when we asked that question. They click because women really, really will be out here anticipating that just because they have. But same with men though. Men will really assume just because he got good pipe, everything else supposed to fall in line. No, you don't. Yeah, you got good pipe, but that's all I'm going to use you for. You have no mind. You can't guide me. You have no guidance for I don't like the way you act. So I don't want you around my kid because I don't want my son acting like you. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so much more than just the sexual aspect. And I feel like this generation is so far dug deep in this controlling, obsessive, sexual world that they forget about everything else that goes on around here. Like you have a job. Like you're supposed to be promoting, like y'all have dead end careers that y'all have done nothing about. Y'all have nowhere y'all are, like, you don't know when your next raise is going to be besides the annual one. You don't know how you're going to get to the next step. Y'all don't know where your next story is going to lie. You don't know where you're going to be 2 years from now or even the anticipation. Don't know when you're going to buy a house or rent a one. You don't even have none of those conversations going, but y'all want a partner. Like how? Because you don't even bring partner stuff. You don't bring partner stuff. My business partner, I mess with Cliff, y'all, on business because Cliff comes with stuff. Cliff comes with business. He's ready to move to the next step. We're able to talk and continue to brainstorm. We're able to continue to work together. That's the same thing that you don't go into business. If you wouldn't go into business with a partner who don't do shit, why would you go into a relationship? If you know your partner's silent, if you know this a silent partner, how can you be mad if that partner doesn't want to do verbal things in the partnership? You have to know who you're dealing with, know who you're aligning with, know what they're offering. And that's why it's important to be transparent, like you said up front, telling people your issues and what you have and don't have going. Because you shouldn't be trying to force stuff. Y'all be so ready to force to say, oh, I got a boyfriend. I want a house. I want to say I'm a homeowner. I don't care to tell y'all I don't even like boyfriend. I really don't. I don't like the word boyfriend because I'm not 13.
You got a boyfriend because he elevating you.
I like I want a man. I want a husband. I don't those things. That boyfriend title, it just gives me the cringes still. I'm almost 30 years old. Be like, I got a boyfriend. What? A boy? Why are we saying boyfriend? Is he a man? I don't like it. Cringy.
Yeah. But no, that's why I say relationship is just not. I'm just not in that bag no more because if I feel like when I'm thinking relationship, I'm putting my problem is I put all into a woman, and don't no woman really want you to put all into her if she can't give you all of her back. Because most women don't know themselves. So it's hard, so for me, it's always gonna be hard because I'm gonna be trying to go all in. Like, hey, shit, we all in together. We doing this, we doing that. And shit. Look, the worst problem with me is you got one day to not be consistent. I'm out. Like, I'm just being honest, bro. I don't take no, bro. Ain't no days out with me, bro. We do this shit every day, bro. And I'm still poor. How the fuck we gonna get rich if we taking days out? You know what I'm saying? Like that's my mindset, bro. Like people who tell me somebody who rich who was taking days out before they got there. And rich people still, yeah, they might go on vacation, but that's a planned vacation. That vacation was planned at the beginning of the year. They had the money set aside for that and everything. They might have had freaking fly miles to pay for that trip, right? Like,
not even just that. They be working for it. They understand, like that's the man who's still working on vacation.
yeah,
That's where it's being under. Listen, if you're a stay-at-home wife, you have to be understanding.
Women are the motion, bro. That's what women fail to realize. Like, if a nigga got something going on, most of the time it's a woman behind him with the motion. It's a woman putting that shit into play, right? Like when a nigga got to do it by itself, it's not gonna go out. But you can make it happen. But you need a woman to put the shit in motion. You need a woman to guide the car. Like, hey, you're going too far over that lane. Slide back over. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what no nigga say. Every man need a woman to help them be better, right? And as a man, if you don't got a woman to help you be better, bro, you gonna just be trying to figure it out.
I feel like everybody needs somebody to make you better. I feel like you on both sides.
Women are thinkers. That's what women are built for. Women are thinkers. Women are built to manifest. I'm gonna make this shit happen one way or the other. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but that's what I seen my mama do her whole life. Manifest. What? Make shit show.
You right on that part because I don't tell somebody quick, fast, and hurry. I better search my phone for the words. I don't know how I did it.
Yeah.
I don't know how I did it, but I did it. Yeah, you right on that. And I feel
Before we get back, I got one other question. Do you feel like women expect for men to accept whatever they got? Like, you gotta accept me for who I am. Like, I got 4 kids. My baby dad don't take care of none of the kids. You gotta accept this and don't say nothing about it.
Do I feel like women say that?
No, I'm not saying that, but feel that way. Like, you just gotta accept whatever I give. Because I hear a lot of women saying, like, they'll be like, well, I'm trying. That's not what I'm asking for, though. I'm asking, but I'm trying. Like, so you just want
me that's tough because I feel like the complete opposite. Like with the circle of friends I have, it be the man constantly. I'm trying. I be like, oh, girl, like no, like I have to tell my friends, like, are you potentially a good woman? Or are you a good woman, right? Are you a potentially good man or are you a good man? So how much do you accept? One of my closest mentors told me take potential out of everything when you're dating. Potential out the door because of potential can be stored potential or it could be potential that moves. But either which way, you don't know which potential it is. So don't even try to sort it. You look at what's moving and how it's operating now and the possibility of where it'll be. That has nothing to do with it. You have to be able to accept somebody exactly who they are right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Because if you do, when you accept them that way, like my baby daddy told me very fond. I think that you're trying to kick me when I'm down. You met me when I was like this. So I feel like you understand. My baby daddy was like that my daughter's 3 years old now. He's been in the same predicament for 4 years, y'all. 4 years. So you have to be okay with accepting somebody exactly for who they are in that moment, because there's a possibility, because of how quick time flies, when you look up, they be in that same place. It just, you have to accept somebody. If you can't accept them for who they are, you cannot you can't look at potential. You will always disappoint not only yourself, but your relationship and that person when you're always looking for potential, because it'll never be enough. It'll never be good enough. You have to accept everyone. I feel like women, the same way you said, I feel like women have that viewpoint because of women are more, stuck in their ways. And I feel like men also feel that same way though. That, hey, listen, you have to, it's, you have to accept me how I am. This is who I am. This is how I'm going to be. I find myself more so with that situation. But ultimately, I kind of feel like that's true, though, for everybody. You have to accept somebody exactly for who they are, what they are, when you meet them. You know what I'm saying? And be able to be okay with that specifically. And then start to think about also, once you get further, that's when you think about possibilities. Because if you don't love their soul and who they are as a person, and you can't grow with their soul, you're never going to be able to accept them all the way fully.
Nah, for real. Oh, big. We done had a nice convo. I done had yeah, it's your boy Shout Time.
And your girl Becky.
We will be back next week. Y'all might catch us this weekend on some skits. Y'all just stay tuned. Keep it a buck.
Keep it.